4th June 2024, elections result day. Nifty opened at 23,180. Within hours, it was 1900 points down to 21,285 in a single session. India VIX, which was at 20.9 the evening before, hit 31.75 at its peak in one day. The at-the-money straddle that was priced at 532 rupees in the previous evening, it was now at 994, nearly doubled on an expiry week when the expiry was just 3 days away. Every seller who positioned going into that day, hedged or not, got hit. Some lost a week of premium, some lost months, and some lost even 20 to 25% of their accounts in a single session despite having hedges on. Here is the thing, most of those sellers were profitable going into June 4th, consistently profitable month after month. The math was working, the strategy was working. So what happened? Today, I want to talk about something nobody really addresses directly, and why option sellers are profitable for months, sometimes years, and then blow up. Not because their strategy failed, but because of something much more predictable than that. Let's start with some honest. Option sellers aren't delusional about the edge they have. The math is genuinely on their side. Most options expire worthless, at least the out of the money options, and theta decays every single day. As a seller, you are collecting premium that the market may never ask back on a normal week, which is range bound and low volatility, especially on Indian markets. Well, not right now. You can see the market is very volatile right now, but I'm speaking like generally, like before in like February or January, the market is very low volatility, and it gives clean expiries. The seller wins by almost default, and this creates something dangerous. It creates something called a correct belief, not a false belief. Not overconfidence built on nothing, but confidence built on something that is actually true. The math does favor sellers over buyers in the market in most conditions, but the problem is what your belief does to your behavior over time. I watched someone go through this firsthand. A seller running a hedge strategy was consistent 8 to 12% a month for months straight, with disciplined entries, with decent strikes and proper hedges in place. By month 6, something had shifted, not the strategy, but in the sizing. Because 8% a month on 5 lots feels very different from 8% a month on 12 lots. And when your strategy has been working, increasing lots feels like less risk and more like optimization. This is the first phase of the blow up pattern, not a bad trade, not an emotional decision, just a logical feeling that since the strategy is working, more of it is better. And for a while, it is better. The account grows faster, every expiry confirms the decision, and the sizing feels normal now. Then something happened. The market stopped being in a bull run and calm and started having a downturn. This was during the September 2024 time, by the way. So during this time, I watched him blow up his account during this time when the market started going down. Market started a sustained downtrend this time, and volatility started picking up. The hedge strategy that worked beautifully in the calm markets started bleeding faster and faster and getting tested week after week. It wasn't like one big loss, it was just consistent bleeding, small losses that add up. And 25% of his account was gone in weeks, 2 months, not because the strategy was wrong, but because the position size had grown to a level that strategy was never designed to handle under stress. So if you see before and after September 2024, so if I draw a line here, you can see the line. Before the September 2024 downturn, the market was, range bound. Look at this, how beautifully range bound it was. It was like the perfect environment for an option seller. And it was more beautiful for, monthly option sellers. They would just, sell strikes like these and collect free premium for months. And this happened for months. And then the June 4th incident hit, which I did talk about in the intro. We will talk about that more after. But then again, the market was again calm. It was in a bull market going up slowly and steadily. Every day it was just about 0.2% up, 0.4% up, no major declines. And then happened the September incident. The market started going down. The market hit its first 2% loss, then another 2%, and then kept hitting minus 2% losses like frequently in the entire downtrend. And at the peak, it even gapped down like 3% or something like that. I think it was, here it gapped down like 5% in the complete peak. There is actually also an human element to this that nobody talks about openly, because I'm trying to tell you that, well, trading is a psychological game. I know that, you know that, everyone knows that. Option buyers can make 50% or even more of their account in a single trade. It happens. Well, most buyers do lose most of the time, but that one trade, that one expiry where everything lines up, it can be life-changing money in one day. Option sellers make 1-2% a week consistently, quietly, and no drama. These two people exist in the same community, same WhatsApp groups, same Twitter feeds, and then the seller starts watching the buyer celebrate a 50% month, doing math that has nothing to do with strategy. It's not like consciously, but just a slow background feeling that returns are too small for the effort. You as a seller, you know how much effort it takes to, systematically sell options, while buyers just do technical analysis and just sell and buy options and somehow make a lot of their money back. Well, that's the thing I'm trying to say. Sellers, when they see like buyers making 50 to 100% of their accounts in a month, they think that risk is being managed so well that there is room to push a little more. So this is where the sizing decisions stop being a mathematical thing and start being a psychological thing. The seller isn't chasing losses, they're chasing significance, and the market doesn't care about the difference. Now let's go back to June 4th for a second, when Nifty dropped about 6%, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it did drop about 6%. And when VIX went to 31.75 and the straddle went to 532 to 994 at its peak. Now think about the hedge seller. But the hedges were sized for normal volatility, a VIX of 22 to 22 range at that time, not VIX going from 22 to 31. Because this is the part that breaks traders mentally. Not just the money, the feeling that they did everything right. They had a strategy, had hedges, and they had managed risk and still got destroyed. The strategy did not fail them, the sizing did, and the sizing was the consequence of confidence that was built over months of genuine success. And in fact, myself, I personally did lose a lot of money on June 4th. I didn't lose like 10-20% of my account, though. I lost like 4.5% of my account, and that was the max loss I had with hedges that time. And here's what I've noticed. The blow-up pattern follows the same sequence almost every time. Consistent profits build like genuine confidence. That genuine confidence leads to gradual size increases, and the size increases work for a while because calm markets continue, and calm markets eventually do end, and they always do. And when they end, the oversized positions meet a market it was never built to survive. And the cruel part is the timing. You only feel confident enough to size up after winning streaks, and winning streaks only happen in cooperative markets and calm markets like they were before this, May war thing, whatever happened here. So by design, every time you feel more confident, you're closest to the event that will do the most damage. And that isn't bad luck, it's just a pattern, and the pattern that can be prepared for. And this is the pattern I'm trying to make this video on. The fix isn't about finding a better strategy. It's about separating your position size from your confidence level entirely. Your lot size should be a function of your account size and your defined maximum loss per expiry, and not how good the last 3 months have been. Those two things are completely different inputs. Second, you should treat a winning streak as a risk signal, not a green light. 4 good months in a row doesn't mean the strategy is proven. It just means that the market hasn't tested it yet. Third thing, your hedging size needs to move with your account position. A hedge designed with 5 lots doesn't protect 15 lots. This sounds obvious, but in practice, when traders increase lots, they often keep the same hedge structures because it worked before. But that's not hedging. That's just a false sense of security. The sellers who are still trading 5 years from now aren't the one with the best entries or the most profitable returns. They're the ones who will never let the one bad market wipe out what it took years to build. And that's why I also personally started trading with algos, because that will make me emotional less, because I'm not the one making the trading decisions. I just coded it once and it will execute no matter what happens. So June 4th 2024 was an extreme day. Most expiries will never be that, but the seller who blew up that day was not undone by the June 4th alone. They were undone by like 8 months of success that slowly made them too large to survive. The math is on the seller's side, which is true, that I've been trying to say the entire video. But the math only protects you if your position size lets you stay in the game long enough for the math to play out. And in the next video, I'm going to show you one number that you should check every single expiry, which shows how dangerous the current market is for option sellers. And if you've checked this number on 3rd June 2024, the evening before, you would have known something was wrong. So subscribe so you don't miss it.